Your ridiculous questions are so annoying. I'm not even. I ask questions. I'm a journalist. That's what we do.
Inmate in Don jail, knocked down.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I had this experience while being an inmate at the Don jail. 2A North was my range upon where I was, and this was a time where the supervisors could only deliver the food and the various things to the inmates because the regular guards were on protest. So we were kept in our cages for for like a week straight, no showers, no nothing, and so everybody started kind of making a big mess, and they actually a fire was started on my range actually.
Oh wow!
So the fire department showed up. They put out the fire. It was some of the people there got smoke inhalation, but that wasn't really the main. I mean, it was exciting and it was weird, but then after the fire department left, the guys came in with laser sights on their little guns,
okay,
which fired pepper balls,
right?
And they would go to every cell, open up the cell, and then we would have to strip down naked, back up, and they would cuff us, and then take us downstairs and scan us for any weapons because they have an X-ray machine. But the thing about the cuffs that I think might be interesting to you is they didn't use regular cuffs. They used the cuffs with the hinge.
Right.
It wasn't a chain.
Yeah, they're a lot tougher.
Oh, they're brutal.
Yeah.
And and they're so bad that they don't even do it behind you because it's in front of you, but you got no shoes on, and because of all the water, I was slipping and sliding.
Right.
And the guy was holding me by my hair and by my arm, and those handcuffs. I think I might be even. I have scars. I had scars for the longest time.
Yeah.
Because of the way.
I can see. Can I capture that?
Although. That might. Yeah, I think that is a scar from that. That's been a long time ago, but
that's right where it should be.
Yeah,
where you would expect it to be.
And I remember, the officer that was leading me down the stairs to the examination place where everybody got put in was, he was scared. But the thing is, and I don't think he was necessarily trying to hurt me on purpose because my feet were slipping in the thing. But nevertheless, it was the way that these handcuffs were made was particularly gruesome, and that's the story essentially.
I appreciate it. Do you mind saying what you were in for?
Oh yeah, I was driving, and they suspected me I was under the influence, so I got taken in. But during processing, I didn't get my fingerprints taken, and so I didn't know that I had to go back there the next day to get my fingerprints taken. A bench warrant was put out for me.
Wow.
I called in. I found out about it because I was trying to because I had a drug problem. I was trying to get clean, so I couldn't go into the rehab. So I called in. I asked about my bench warrant. I said, "Can I just come in and just talk to you guys? Because I want to go into a rehab, And they're like, "Oh, awesome. We love that. You're taking responsibility." I came in. They told me to wait at Tim Hortons because they were changing shifts.
Huh.
And I come in, they're like, "Listen, we're just going to put these handcuffs on you," and not mean handcuffs, like they were comfortable. It's just a formality. And they threw me in a holding cell for 12 hours in there. And the niceness evaporated. And they threw me on remand into the Don jail for 3 months.
Wow. And
that's all because...
Did they blood test you?
Oh yeah. So when they did arrest me for the suspicion of driving while the influence, they couldn't find any alcohol in my system. This was the middle of the night, and they were convinced that I was under the influence because, when they put me in the back of the vehicle, when I put my hand in my pocket, all this stuff fell out. So they thought that I was like unwieldy.
Yeah.
And it's possible that I was just exhausted because it was in the middle of the night and I was just returning from my friend's house.
I do that all the time. I take something out of my pocket and everything falls out. All the cards from my wallet goes everywhere.
And I remember them when I was being sort of in front of a judge. That's what they were telling me, that I was stumbling and I couldn't keep mine. Everything was falling out of my hands. Anyways,
So they didn't find any drugs or any alcohol?
No, they did find drugs, but they found the drugs that I was prescribed. And I even had the bottles with me. But anyways, they held me long enough for my car to get towed, and I could not recover my vehicle.
And it got auctioned off probably.
Yeah, I could never afford, because every day it gets more money,
Yeah.
and at some point I just could never get it back.
Yeah, this system is so backward. It's just to make people hurt. That's all it is.
And I mean, the police is just one part of the system that's broken. And I would say that really, I used to be a security guard in a hospital. I used to work as a hospital cop. So I have experienced what it is to be someone that has to enforce, peace and justice and the rule of law in a area, and it's a very hard job. So I respect police officers. I do.
Me too. I respect the ones that do it for the right reasons.
Yes, but there are few, and again, it's the few that make the rest of them look bad. However, these cops are, they're fighting to get to their pension, and I think a lot of that's sort of the part that I think hurts their performance, is that they don't want to rock the boat and lose their pension. I mean, can you blame them? I mean, that's the brutal part, is the system is designed to be destructive for both parties, Anyways, I don't want to. Sorry, I branched off.
Hey, no worries. I appreciate everything you have to say, and I'm sorry for what you had to go through.
Absolutely, and I want to really emphasize the part that when I used to be a security, because when you're security in a hospital, Toronto East General, that's where I worked.
Okay.
Whenever you get a call with a violent patient, or you have to, evict someone off the grounds who's maybe violent, every time you go to those places, you never know what you're going to encounter. We didn't have guns or batons, we just had gloves. And we were putting our hands on people that had HIV, hepatitis, and all these very, very bad diseases. And you're terrified. So I understand that cops run into danger, and they should be absolutely commended for that, because it's terrifying. I was a big, muscular, martial artist, and I was, but I was terrified every single time. And even releasing bodies into the morgue, you really lose something. I was a young man then. You lose something seeing all these corpses. So
I can only imagine.
Yeah, I mean, cops really, it's a job that's that's why cops often only have friends that are other cops,
right?
Because they can only understand one another, right?
Yeah.
And most people think that cops are just strutting around going, I have the power, you lick my boots. No, not at all. In fact,
they're scared.
A lot of the times, and not scared because they're cowards. They're scared because they know what can happen. So, anyways,
right,
I'm gonna walk, man.
I do appreciate it. Take care.